Thanks, Ellen. So the first thing I have to do is a set of very pleasant business, which is to give out the awards for the American Society of Naturalists. On next Tuesday afternoon, you come to this room and you will see talks by our 4 Young Investigator Award winners, and I'll talk about them later next Tuesday. First award I want to acknowledge is the Editor's Award for the best student paper in the American Naturalist published last year. There were 60 articles were eligible for this award, which means that 60 out of the 163 papers published in the American Naturalist last year had either an undergraduate or a graduate student as a first author. That's 37% of the papers published in AmNat are first authored by students. The editors of the American Naturalist have selected for the 2015 student paper a paper by James Rainford and Peter Mayhew, his PhD advisor, entitled Diet Evolution and the Clade Richness of Hexapoda, a Phylogenetic Study of Higher Taxa. This paper was published in the December issue of AmNat, and the editors noted that Rainford and Mayhew's paper leverages a massive new data set in relationships to the hexapoda, as well as newer phylogenetic approaches to re-examine conventional wisdom about relative diversity and diversification of clades in association with diet. This paper synthesizes concepts about macroevolution, diversification, coevolution, specialization, diet evolution, and basic insect ecology. And so it's an exemplar of a paper in the American Naturalist. The second award I'd like to acknowledge is a paper I chose as the President's Award for the best paper published of all the 163 papers in the American Naturalist in 2015. I chose for this the paper by Mark Urban and Jonathan Richardson entitled The Evolution of Foraging Rate Across Local and Geographic Gradients in Predation Risk and Competition. This paper is actually very relevant to what I'm going to talk about in a few minutes. This paper by Urban and Richardson presents an elegant series of studies on how foraging rates have evolved in multiple populations of the spotted salamander and Bistum maculatum that coexist with different types of predators. So you can see a theme about what I like. This paper exemplifies the best of what scientists have come to expect from AmNat papers. The paper crosses disciplinary boundaries by explicitly exploring how ecological context of a population shapes the evolutionary processes that impinge on it. Most importantly, this paper tells a complete story. And I think that's one of the big problems we have in scientific publishing today. Papers are too small and they don't tell you a full story. But this paper does. It was very difficult to choose which of the 163 papers are to single out one as the best. And I want to congratulate all the authors that had papers in the American Naturalist, but I do want to acknowledge Mark Urban and Jonathan Richardson. The third award we have is the E.O. Wilson Award. The committee that chose the E.O. Wilson Award winner for this year were Rosemary Grant, Susan Alberts, and David Skelly. The 2016 award winner is Naomi Pierce from Harvard University. Naomi is the Heisel Professor of Biology in the Department of Organismal and Evolutionary Biology at Harvard University. This award honors an active investigator in mid-career who has made significant contributions to the knowledge of a particular ecosystem or group of organisms, and whose research and writing illuminate principles of evolutionary biology and are enhanced aesthetics appreciation of natural history. Professor Pierce exemplifies the intent and goals of the Edward O. Wilson Naturalist Award. Her multidisciplinary research on the Lepidoptera and Hymenoptera encompass both field and laboratory research and is grounded in a deep appreciation of natural history. Drawing on fields of behavior, ecology, and genetics, she's made major contributions to the evolutionary biology. And I'd like to have Naomi come up. So we have for Naomi a plaque. There's your plaque. And one of the great things about the Wilson Award is there's a beautiful print that goes along with the award. Did E.O. Wilson draw this?
No, I don't know what the connection. I'm not sure.
Well, we'll figure out who did it, but just a plaque as well.
It's a beetle, unfortunately.
That's right. It's a beetle.
Despite that, it's
No commentary. Thank you. And the final award we have today is the Sewell Wright Award. The committee that chose the Sewell Wright Award winner this year was Maria Savidio, Judy Bronstein, Elizabeth Atkins Reagan, and Andre DeRusse. Mark Rauscher is the recipient of this year's Sewell Wright Award. Dr. Rauscher is the John Carlisle Kligo Professor in the Department of Biology at Duke University. He's a former editor-in-chief of the American Naturalists from 1990 to 1995, and he was an editor-in-chief of Evolution from 2006 to 2010, and I can't imagine re-upping again after doing it once. So thanks, Mark. Committee chose Dr. Rauscher because of his diverse and substantial empirical and theoretical contributions to the fields of ecological and evolutionary genetics. His early work explored host plant selection on various butterfly species, which seems to be a theme of this year's award winners. And this work led to a detailed ecological and evolutionary studies on the evolution of plant defenses against herbivory. His research exemplifies the integrative approach that cuts across all of ecology, evolution, and behavior that is celebrated by the American Society of Naturalists. And so I'd like to thank Mark, and please. Thanks, Mark.
Thank you.
Thank you
very much.